Hi everybody, this is Paul from SurtismGaming and I'm here with Jacob again.
I'm back again. Hi.
And today we are looking at the ROBLOX game called Block Tycoon. And I've seen some amazing videos on this game and people do some superb things, but I wanted to show people how to get started on the game and how to run it through. So we're going to start by doing by quickly doing the tutorial, and it's worthwhile doing that for everybody, I think, because it gives you a start of how to do it. But what I'll be doing is I'll be explaining a little bit more about what we're doing as we go along. So the concept of the game is that you create raw materials and then you sell them. But in addition to that, you can do a lot of things with the tutorial, after the tutorial, where you can buy all these different types of equipment. Now, some of it you can buy straight away as soon as you start the game, and some of it you have to build up your money and then effectively create a new block farm to get all the things. So what we'll do is it's going to tell me to buy some stuff, I think. So let's have a look. Upgrades are used to create more valuable blocks. Buy a furnace. So it wants me to buy a furnace. Furnace is there. I'm going to go into this all a little bit more, but for now we shall just follow the instructions, and it's telling us we need to break the cash block. The cash block is what makes the money, and once it's gone it'll come back down into your inventory. So this time we are going to use the furnace, but we need to make sure it's pointing the right way. So the green is the way in, so that's the wrong way around, and you can change it by R and T to change the direction. So T is one way, R is the other. I tend to just remember right, to click right, and that's the one that I keep doing. So we can collect some of these blocks, and now it's just telling us to have fun, which is great. So the first thing that you tend to buy are the block farms, and the block farms create cobblestone, which that's worth $1 per time, and once it goes through a furnace it becomes $2 a time. So as you can see up in the top left hand corner, the cash is slowly increasing, and it's going up. It's one block farm, one furnace, and it's pootling along. If we have a look in here, we can see that you can buy more block farms, and later on when you get to 10,000 you can start buying tree farms, and that'll be on the next video. We'll look at tree farms. As you get to 1 million you look at wheat farms, and if you see on this one it's got a little green number in the top right hand corner. That tells you what life you need to be on to be able to get to those things. So if we have a look in the top corner here, you can see that the top player here has got more than one life. We're just on our first one because we just started the game. So if we look back here, we can upgrade things. So if we have a furnace, we can see what it does on the right hand side over here. So at the moment it's converting our cobble into stone. If we were to add another furnace onto the chain, it would change our stone into a basalt block. And that's actually a really good idea, because that can build up the money a lot quicker.
Is that super salt?
Is that how you say it? I see, this is why we've got the pro here who knows how to say these things. So to buy another furnace we need $100. We've got $143. So we'll buy one. And as we saw, we can break the cash block and move it along a little bit. So pickaxe, select it, break the cash block, and then furnace, we need to convert it to get to the right direction, plop it on the end, and then put the cash block back, and what will happen is it will go through, and if you look, the block is now the black version, and every time we get $3. So there's lots of things we can do like this. We can add more cobblestone farms on the chain, and if you look around here, these are conveyor belts. Conveyor belts move blocks along your farm. So what we can do is we're over $100, so what we can do is build another block farm next to this one. So to do that we go into this one again, cobble farm, buy that one, and again this will point a specific direction, and that's the direction we want it to go. Now this one I'm putting slightly back from the other one, and that's on purpose. So if you look, the block is falling down here, and at the moment we can just collect them and we can walk them over to the cash block, and by using the letter Q we can drop them in either one at a time, or if we press and hold the Q button it'll drop the entire stack that we've got, which is really useful at times when you're trying to build up your cash.
But if you actually collect cobble and you want to use it all, just do what my dad said and actually put it on the upgrade things.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Better.
Let's have a look at that. So if we collect it all, and what you're saying, if we put it this side of it, it'll then go, what a good idea. Let's see. So now, I missed.
You missed.
Silly me. Right, let's try that again. We have to try and get the right angle on this.
Yeah.
Let's see, that one worked. So there we go. And with this you can see people, they come up and say hello sometimes. Hi. So, and off he goes. So, but that's a lot of work for us to do that every time. So we're collecting more cash. What we can do is, instead of in upgrades, if we go further down, we can see conveyors. And a normal conveyor costs $50 per item. We've got $200, so how many can we buy, Jakey?
4.
4, right, let's get 4 straight away. And if you look at this, again, it points the direction you want it to go. So we want it to go that direction, and we place it at the end, and it will start moving along the chain.
You can buy one more conveyor,
So,
and then it will work.
Excellent. We need, as Jakey says, we need one more conveyor, and we've got enough money to do it. So we can make sure that that feeds straight in, and it will feed into furnace number 1 and turn from cobblestone into stone, and then into furnace number 2, which will change the stone into, how do I say it?
Basalt.
Basalt. Keep getting that one wrong, so Jakey was helpful there. Now, if we again look in here, we can see that the furnace turns to stone and then to basalt, but then it can't really do much else if we put another furnace on at this point. Now, a brickmaker converts stone into stone bricks or basalt into basalt bricks, and as you can see, the money goes from $3 to $6 per block. So that will be the next thing that we want to buy, really. But what we could do is, to build the money up faster, we could buy another farm, because we've gone over 100, and I find that 3 farms going into a selection works really, really well. Because if you do too many things going into one furnace, it kind of blocks up and can't run properly. And what we can do is, we can do a bit of a trick on this one. We can buy it. Now, instead of making it along the chain, we can make it come in here. So it's going straight in to the one that we already exists.
Also, the other guy also has 13 lives.
Wow, yeah, that chap, the doggy that came across to see us, he has 13 lives already. And what I want to do is, in these videos, is to teach you how to go from life 1 up to maybe life 4 or 5 and open up loads of things as quickly as possible. So we can now see that the 3 block makers are throwing out blocks, going into furnace number 1, then furnace number 2, and into our green block. I've been looking at different ways of building up the cash as quickly as possible, and I found that a routine for the blocks that works really well are 2 furnaces, which we've already got, followed by a compactor, which is £2,000, but that turns the block into marble blocks, and then into the brickmaker, and the brickmaker then turns the marble block into marble bricks, and then after that we look at the stairmaker, and that will turn, if we look down, into the marble bricks, marble bricks into marble brick stairs, and then we can go to slab maker, which turns it from $40 per thing to $48, because if you look, sometimes they'll have a multiplier there because it makes more than one of the item. So this is where the maths comes in, and that's where Jacob is really good at this. He helps me out. So 24 times 2 is 48. So by the end of that conveyor belt session, you've got up to 48 items. Now, to do that, we're going to need to put a few more blocks in place. So we're going to need the 1 compactor more, a brick maker, a stair maker, and then a slab maker.
I'll tell you a trick.
What's your trick?
So buy 2 more furnaces.
Right.
Then buy some diagonal conveyors, and then buy 1 conveyor.
Now this is getting into a bit more complicated planning, and we'll go into that in a later video. At the moment, we're just going to go for the more basic stuff, because I need to learn these things, because I'm a bit young, a bit naive at such things. But what we can do is, at the moment, if we went straight for the compactor, we've got to save up to $2,000. But what we can do is, if we miss out one gap or leave a gap for the compactor, we can actually buy a brick maker and put it in the right place. So I'm going to do that now, and it will still work, because what we're going to do is we're also going to use conveyor, and I might buy a couple of them to bridge the gap. So what ideally we want is the compactor there, and then the brick maker there. So we can place the brick maker, but it's not going all the way through. So we need to break the cash block again, and then place a conveyor between the two, and then put the cash block back at the end. And now what should happen is it should go up to the $6 straight away. And because we broke things for a little bit, as you can see in the middle there, it's not collected all the things. So if we collect them, we can throw them into the green, or as Jakey said, we can throw them back onto the conveyor, and they should then work. Oh, wrong button, sorry.
Also, you can go to other people's farms and wait for the other stuff to get.
That is very true. With this farm thing, you have 4 different people, up to 4 people on the server at one time. So what you can often do is have a look at what other people are doing to give you some good ideas. So what the next stage is, we need to get to 2,000 cash to get the compactor. So what we'll do is, whilst we're waiting for that cash to build up, let's go and have a look, see what other people are doing. Let's have a look over here. Oh wow, this person clearly a little bit ahead of us. And these are coal miners, and we'll be looking at those in a later video as well. But for those ones, you need to get, I think, quite high up. Let's have a look.
You need life 2.
Life 2 is for the coal side of things. And these all come into play a little bit later on. So the trees will come into next video, and then some of the seeds will come into the one after that. But if we look, the coal drill is 50,000, and you need level 2. So it's going to take a little while yet. But then you can, as you can see, this person's got quite a good coal farm there.
Look at the other farms too.
And let's see what else. Oh wow, look at this. So over here, they've got the wheat farms, which we'll go into in video number 3. And over here, that you can see, they're building tree farms to make the slabs, which is what we're ultimately going to do as well. And oh, look at this over here. They have got an ultimate cobble farm. If you look at this, they've got it. So they've got multiple cobble farms, one on top of the other, all feeding into fancy machines. Now, we do know how to do that, and what I'll do is, that's going to be probably in the 4th video that will teach you how to do these. It's not too complicated. Well, it wasn't once Jacob taught me how to use things properly. But inside there's something called observer blocks, and they will help put multiple cobblestone farms together. So this person truly knows what they're doing, so well done to them. Thank you very much for being awesome and giving us good examples. And you can see here where they've got, again using observer blocks to make a super tree farm. So very cool ideas, and hopefully we'll show you how to do that on a later one. Oh, they're about to try and block us in, so let's jump out, so leave them to do their thing. How are we doing? We've just got over 1,000 now, so we're nearly at enough to get the compactor. Oops, didn't want to do that. Right, here we go. Let's see what the other farm's doing. So this is a good thing to do, by the way. Whilst you're what we call grinding is to building up cash, have a look to see what other people do. Oh, this looks quite fancy as well. So you can see they've got quite a lot of conveyors going into a small area. So I think they're not quite as advanced as the other person we just saw with their designs, but you can see how they've got little blocks between, little gaps.
But for some reason it's going slower.
It is incredibly slow, so I'm wondering whether they've actually reached some of their item limits.
No, when I reach my item limit, it doesn't do that.
Does it not go so slow? Right.
No.
But if you see, they're very sporadic with how they've made their farm. So they've got little bits all over the place, so it's not going to maximise their efficiency. But it does look very cool. So well done to them for doing a cool looking farm rather than just pure efficiency. And we can see over here
tree farms,
where they've done the tree farms.
And also there's some wheat farms over there.
And I think what they've done is that they've got it maybe so it bounces out. Sometimes that will happen where items will bounce out a little bit.
And there's a wheat farm.
Oh yeah, there's the wheat farm. And where they do bounce out, sometimes you have to place some blocks to be able to maximise the movement of it. Oh, this is a big tree farm. Look at this one.
And also there's an underground bit.
And you can see that what they've done is they've upgraded their trees a little bit. And what I'll do is I'll go into that with you on a
Also there's the
next video.
underground bit.
They've got an underground bit?
Yeah. I saw a hole there. Back at that tree farm there.
Oh, there?
Yeah.
The little gap there. And again, I will be going into why they might want to have little holes in your grounds on a later video. That will be when we look at the wheat farms and the that side. So we can see that this is working nicely. It's still building through.
Really close.
And we are nearly at $2,000. So the plan will be to put the compactor in this block. So what we'll do is we'll break that block. We'll be breaking that block at that conveyor in a moment, and once that's broken, we'll then be able to place the compactor. The compactor will make it so we're going from $6 per item all the way up to, I think it becomes $16.
Yeah.
So let's see. Excellent. We're at 2,000. So this compactor, whilst it's a big expense, it doubles every single block. And if you look at the moment, we're showing as having $6 per second that we're making. So when we place this one in, so making sure it points the right direction, place that in there, collect the things that didn't go through the system properly, and every time we're now making $16 every single time it's gone up. And what we should see is that cash per second slowly rise until it hits 16 per second. So let's get rid of those. So the next thing that I would normally buy on a block farm would be a stair maker, which costs another 2,000, and then a slab maker, which costs 3,000. But what we can do is we know that that's going to need another 2 blocks, so we can move the cash block to the place where we actually need it. So 1, 2 items, and then there. And what I'll do is I'll put conveyors to get the cash there, because what I'll do now is rather than wait for the next 2,000.
There's something.
Yes, that's because that's all blocked up. That blocked up originally. So we've collected those. We can throw them straight back on to the conveyor.
And then you can nearly get pillars.
Now that's another option. We could go for a pillar maker, which that only costs 1,000.
And you've got 1,000.
Or we can wait until we've got 2,000 and get the stair maker and then the slab maker, because that then builds up the cash faster overall.
Yeah, I would
so
do
there's different things. But what we can do is we could potentially make another farm, another full three farms that feeds into the same cash block.
I wouldn't do that though.
But that would build it up super fast.
But how? But that would be. You would have to wait again for more money to get them.
Well, we would, but we would be doubling the speed that we get everything. So, and then once we've built them, we can leave them well alone. But as we've been talking anyway, we're nearly at 2,000 already.
Yeah.
So I'll get the next stage. So 2,000, and this time a stair maker. So this will turn our $16 all the way up to 40. So that is a massive increase. It's more than double the amount that it was before.
Yeah.
And what we can do is break that one there, put in this one here, and collect those. And if we look, it now says $40, and again we will see our cash per second increase from where it was at 16. It will slowly build up to 40, and if you look, the cash now is jumping up super fast. We're already at $1,000 extra, and we've only just placed it down. But the last part of an individual farm that I found is the best route. It's called a slab maker, and that's where we discussed earlier. It goes from 40 to 48, so it's not a massive increase, that one. So if you've got tight space or you want to build your farm quicker, it might be worth just doing another full three farm, which we will do in a minute anyway, to show you how fast it can be.
Nearly there.
But we're counting up fast. We're at 2.37 already, and that will go super fast. So as soon as it hits $3,000, we can buy that extra one, and I'll place that one in. After that, my plan is to make an entire another 3 cobble farms with the full connections in to show. So are you off to play a little bit yourself, Jacob?
Bye.
Okay, enjoy, buddy. Right. So Jacob's off to play as well, because he loves playing this game, but he's on a life much higher than our current life 1. And oh, here we go, we're at 3,000, so we can make a slab maker. Put that in over here, and you'll notice that when we break these conveyor belts, they go back into our inventory. So we can place that one in, collect the things that we didn't go through all the way, and you'll see they're all at $48 per second. And we've only been playing for a short while, 20 minutes maybe, and already we are at getting 50. Well, it should say $48 per second. I think at the moment it's still factoring that we threw other things in. So my plan now is to make 3 more farms. So I'll do that over here a little bit. So what we need to do is make sure we've got the space to place it into here. So what I want to do is to place it coming in from that direction, because you can have multiple things coming into a single green block. So I want to make sure this space stays clear and this one. So let's get a few more of those. Three, 4. So we know that to get to the ultimate 48 blocks, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. So,
wait, what?
So
I'm in your server. I just joined your server.
That's cool. That's very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need another 1. To place in here. So that's the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we can have the farms coming in to there. So we need 3 farms. 3 farms, and what we can do is we can have it where 1 comes in there, one goes over here. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, I just had to quickly close a door. So we can have 1 coming in here, and then 1 around this direction. Just have to move my character a little bit. And we buy some more conveyor belts to get it all to link into that place. And we need 2 furnaces. So let's place the 2 furnaces down first. As you can see, we're already at 8,000. So 2 furnaces, 1, 2, and let's get those feeding straight through. We might need to collect a few blocks because we're still sorting things out. 1, 2. So those blocks will all fly through here. We've got a lot of these, so let's get rid of some of those. And aha, here we go. So we can see that we have got another cash block. We've not removed this cash block. That cash block is still there. We've got a second one, and that's because we have gone over 10,000. So 10,000 has taken us all the way up to the next level. So the next thing to bring in is the compactor. So the compactor will go in here. And then after the compactor, there's the brick maker. Oh, need to destroy that first. The brick maker. And after the brick maker, there is the stair maker. And the stair maker goes in there. And then finally, after the stair maker, we have the slab maker. And you can see how quickly we are building up the cash now, because we have got the ultimate side. So I just need to collect a few items that didn't go through. There we go. Those items that didn't go through, we can throw onto the conveyor belt at this end. So remember, press and hold Q to drop the entire stack, and you press each number on the keyboard to go to different parts of your task, your toolbar down here. And what you can then do is watch your cash grow. Now this is the end of this first video. On the next video, what I'll be looking at is the tree farm, which you can actually start buying from $10,000. Now a tree farm creates an oak tree which breaks down and then becomes wood. So it becomes oak wood. You get $10 per thing, and then you can change it to oak planks. You get 2 lots of those, and again you can go through a similar process. And what I'll do is on the next video I will go through that. But what you can do is you can practice making these farms, and as you can see in real time, which is less than 30 minutes, we've gone from having nothing up to having a farm producing $90 per second. So this is where I'm going to sign off. So thank you very much. This has been Paul from SurtismGaming. I'll be hopefully doing another video later on in the week maybe, or next weekend, about the next stage. At different points I might just load it up just to let it get a few extra cash, so that when we do start we're not having to worry too much about how much money we've got. And if you have liked this video, it's been useful to you, please give it a like, please subscribe, and any questions that you've got would be appreciated. As I said, in future videos I'll show you how to make the super cool cobble farm that was on the other person's life. And thank you very much. I'll see you again. Bye for now.